Komi is the most beautiful and elegant girl in the school, so much that is considered almost a god from all the students, due to her stoic and composed nature in every circumstance. No one have the guts to approach her. But Komi has a secret that no one seems to be aware of. Under this aura of greatness that everybody seems to think she has, there is an awkward girl that desperately wants to make some friends, but is utterly incapable of. Komi have a problem. Komi can communicate. Hello everyone, it's Pietro here. Before I start this video, I want to thank you all for your support. If you want to see more of this stuff, be sure to subscribe and leave a like to this video. I also started a streaming channel on Twitch. You can follow me live on Tuesday and Thursday evening, and sometimes even in the weekend, at twitch.tv/QuiteAmbassadorTwitch, where we are going to play some games that I love and talk about manga, anime and topics alike. If you happen to catch me live, let me know in the chat that you came from this video. I would love to know your opinion on this manga and its author. And now, back to the video. Our manga starts in a normal high school, right at the beginning of a new year. Most of the students are meeting each other for the first time, creating the bonds that will hopefully last for the next couple of years. But Komi is not one of them. Silent and well-behaved, her presence is felt by everyone in the class, and no one has actually the courage to talk to her because of her almost godlike appearance. Unfortunately, things look completely different from her perspective. Komi have always struggled to speak to other people she doesn't know. A struggle that in middle school didn't allow her to make any real meaningful friendship with her classmates, and things doesn't really look like will change this time around. But everything seems to change when a hopeless dork named Tadano realizes that the majestic persona that people have built around Komi is nothing more than a facade she has no control over whatsoever. When he discovers what really hides behind this aura of calmness, he decides to help the girl to overcome her crippling social anxiety and reach a personal goal: make a grand total of 100 friends before the end of her high school years. From there, the story evolves in a funny and sweet series of events and encounters with other bizarre personalities that slowly will join our cast of characters. The manga is structured as a series of short chapters, usually the length of a gag or interaction between the colorful cast. The comedy aspect of this manga comes most of the time not from the reaction of Komi to the various situations she is in, but by the misinterpretation of said reaction by the people around her. So many times I found myself laughing or grinning ear to ear because of the contrast between the awkward way that people behave around Komi, but at the same time treats Tadano horribly when he tries to help during these interactions. Most of the characters are well designed and make a memorable cast throughout the story, apart from someone that tends to be a bit too much at times. One of the most interesting aspects of the storytelling that the author adopted is the way that he can convey so much of Komi's personality without writing down a single time her thoughts, but only thanks to her body language and scarce line of dialogue. This dichotomy between reading the thoughts of all the characters apart from the protagonist is a really innovative trope, and it definitely stays true to Komi's nature, not being able to communicate not only with the cast in the manga, but with the reader too. But not only the story and characters are noteworthy in this manga, the drawing needs to be praised as well. The art style here is clean and minimalistic, never trying to do too much or intrude between the interactions that stays as the focal point of our attention. This choice from the author was perfect in my opinion, giving to the manga a distinct design that is easy to digest and never cluttered, almost conveying a relaxed and peaceful mood. The characters are always detailed and easy to recognize, in particular Komi, that always steals a smile from me when depicted in her cat eyes form. So why Komi Can Communicate seems to connect with so many people? I believe this manga speaks to a deeper level, in a way most of others cannot, thanks to the relatability of the condition of the protagonist. Social anxiety is something that a lot of people can relate to every day, and even more in this modern time where various anxiety disorders are at a record peak. The seed of this problem being the pressure of social norm and etiquette serious trauma and personal troubles, or other different reasons, these individuals can sometimes be shunned and marginalized by society. It's not often that a manga tackles these kind of issues in a more approachable way. The author touches the mental issue aspect of the protagonist in a gentler manner, avoiding a negative attitude of the surrounding cast toward her because of this illness. On the opposite, her silence is hilariously mistaken by the rest of the characters as a stern stoicism that elevate her appearance to the likes of a mythological figure. The mangaka is able to have the reader experience the world from the perspective of Komi, highlighting the dissonance between how she thinks the rest of the people see her and how they actually see her. You get invested in her journey and cheer at every small victory that she achieves, one step at a time, as she comes out of her shell thanks to the help of Tadano. The moments of sweetness between Komi and Tadano are what keeps me reading, tugging my heartstring over and over in a ways that not a lot of manga can do, and most of the times represent the high of any given segment of the story. In particular, what made me fall in love with this manga is a scene from the first volume, where Tadano, after learning about Komi's problem, tried to communicate with her via the blackboard, sparking a somewhat normal conversation between the two, but that means the entire world to someone with Komi's condition, since finally she was able to express a sea of words that she was painfully holding inside of her. A sense of warmth and genuine happiness seems to grow in me as the relationship evolves throughout the story, and I find myself to revisit the pages of this manga every time I feel a bit down and I need some good vibes. I highly recommend this manga to anyone that wants a light but engaging read to pick up when all you want to do is just disconnect from your surrounding and immerse yourself in one of the most wholesome stories out there.